I never thought I would get this. I'm not riled up about a chicken sandwich and a One Piece themed meal, but I just think like every time these things happen, it always feels like a big fumble on the company's part. And I know, I don't think it's that big. Like, it really isn't that big of a deal. And you're saying, well, why make a video on it? I don't know. I'm just making this to talk to the void. I don't think it's going to turn into anything. Um, but I don't know if people just share the same feeling. I'm not above it all. I'm not acting like I'm above it all because I invested some time. I know people invested more time into it. I I was just naive. I didn't realize it was really that deep. Um, which is like kind of disappointing to me because I feel like when these happen, the only people that really win are the people that I wouldn't say don't care because I think they do, but it's like they care too much. It's on, it's there. You want it. You're showing up 4 hours plus before they open. You got it. You want that collectible. You want it bad enough. You drive out. That's all you. You know. And I get it. It like the companies like it because more people are talking about Popeyes and whatnot and scarcity. But it feels like these things only exist to like drive value. Like it's never, oh, we want to provide something. This is a global. My issue is a. If it's not apparent, this video is gonna be pretty ranty, but I'm not gonna get super heated. Um, you have a global. One Piece is like a global phenomenon, right? World known, worldwide sort of thing, and you have this like you're only putting them in certain locations, and you only have a certain amount of them, and I don't expect it to be unlimited. I don't think that's not reasonable. But to only have a select few, or like 80 to 100, it feels like they just are like, oh, this will be fine. Yeah, it'll be a small little get together. And it's like the people who really care about it miss out and are either forced to just not have it or have, paid $2,000 or like hundreds of dollars for something that doesn't have any reason being that expensive. Like you're just teeing it up, you know. It's like Pokemon cards have that problem. You're just teeing it up to these people, and that's their hustle. That's what they want to do. I don't really like. I'm a bit like this is you can't hate the player, can't hate the game, but it seems more like Popeyes. Why wouldn't you just make more of them? And why wouldn't you just like? I feel like there would be better ways. I don't think it's realistic to like blockade Popeyes until they're open. Um, but I think like, would it be a horrible thing to produce more like collectibles and get them into every location, so that way you don't have these bum rushes? I don't think you can like plead ignorance to like, oh, we didn't know it was that big. We didn't know it was going to be a huge deal. Like, it's just weird to me. These when these things happen, it just makes me think. Okay, so I've gotten over it, right? But these things make me think that like humanity as a whole is kind of regressing in a way. Like, if you want to do that, you can. Like, I'm not saying you can't care about these things, and I'm not saying like it's your, if you want to do it, you can. But going to it's just people. I empathize with people who go out there. I didn't invest a lot of time. I went by like an hour or so before they opened, saw that there was a massive line. I was like, we'll check back later. Maybe that was my mistake. But then I come back later, and the line was like, it was still like outside, but it was, you could stand on the sidewalk in front of the building, or not in front of the, like, it was on a street, but you could stand in front of it. I think you know what I mean. It wasn't like wrapping around the building. But you wait there for like 10, 20 minutes, and then you realize, okay, they're out of food, Like it just always seems, and I don't know, like, supply chain stuff, I don't know. I know it's all these costs and numbers. I just feel like every time these things happen, they're so mismanaged. I don't know. And the only way where like you make everyone happy is you just make more, or you give people more opportunity. And I think Popeyes is letting you buy, like they're allowing you to buy the collectible, which is cool. I don't know if it's like, it'll still be the same thing. Like they'll have limited quantities, and still maybe you'll be able to snag it. But for those people who that and can't afford the luxury of staying in a restaurant for hours to collect some, it's because it's this limited edition that it's now more valuable, when it really isn't like anything special. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, it would have been nice as a fan to go there, chat up with a bunch of other One Piece fans, and like have this collectible box. But instead it's just, sorry, you didn't get here at 6 a.m. Maybe you had to go earlier. So I don't know. I think I've come to this realization that a lot of this stuff, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be the thing where it's like, humanity, we need to change. We need to systematically, attack these things. I don't know. But it's just funny to me every time, or I'm realizing that why do we care so much? Like, I don't know. That's the thing. We care so much, so we have value. And these restaurants see that. And it just feels like it's like a vicious cycle. So I got to take my horse out of the race, I guess. And that's just kind of it. Like, if I get it, I get it. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I don't really, shouldn't care that much. It's just a box. It's just an empty cup. Shout out Cars. That's all I got to say.